Say for example, look around you, look at the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's so much around us to contemplate, such as the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does Allah Azza wa Jal say in the Noble Quran? The ayat in the surah I read at the beginning. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Do you all not see or look at the camel and how it was created? وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ. And don't you all look at the heavens and see how it has been raised? وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ. Don't you all see the mountains and how they have been placed so firmly? وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. Do you not look at the earth, how it has been spread so vastly? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What are these questions? Rhetorical questions to open our minds, to make us contemplate, to make us ponder. قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَأَ الْخَلْقِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the Noble Quran. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, tell them, go, travel the earth and look at how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began the creation. We have been commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ponder, to contemplate and to reflect. So look at the creation around you. Look at yourself. You are a living manifestation of the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of the greatness of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at yourself. Look at your faculties. Look at your eyes, the tongue. Say for example, see, I'm speaking English, you all understand. And there are so many languages prevalent on the face of this earth. So many languages. And at the blinking of an eye, I can switch a language. I mean, the languages that I know to speak. يمكن لي أن أتكلم اللغة العربية. Now I'm talking Arabic, I've switched the language. The ones in the audience who can understand Arabic will be able to understand me. मैं उर्दू थोड़ा से जानता हूँ. I can talk a little bit of Urdu. Ashik, you understand Urdu? So, you know, we can converse, we switch languages, but don't you think it's a great blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? There are so many things happening whilst we switch languages. There are so many signals going to the brain, deciphering those languages, the proper words. You know, there's this storage of words. Our mind is playing with all of the words, taking the correct words, and then everything is coming out. Look at all of that happening. Look at our eyes. We look at things with so much of clarity. At times we take it for granted. You ask the cameraman in the crowd, they'll tell you, the experts with cameras, I mean, to take a good picture, what you need a proper focus. Like say for example, if I want to take the brother in front over here, I would have to focus, and mashallah, he'll come crisp and clean. But the rest, if I want, I can blur them. But say with in a very quick gesture, if I were to take the camera behind and try to take somebody at the back without allowing the camera to focus, even though we have modern day technology where we have laser autofocus and whatnot, which happens in a few seconds, but still I need to give the camera a little time to focus. If not, I would get a very blurred picture. But then look at our eyes. Here I am looking at the brother, he's crisp and clean, mashallah. If I were to look at the uncle at the back, he's also crisp and clean. It's happening seamlessly. The correct amount of light is going through. I'm focusing. All of that is happening. The creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you see anybody doing any focusing like this? You know, when they want to focus at someone at the back, tapping, touching, and I need to focus on Masood, yeah? And doing the manual settings, the ISO, the aperture. I mean, I don't know about this stuff, but I'm just saying, yeah? Do you see anybody doing that? The correct amount of light. Oh, it's blinding, I can't see, so I need to drop the ISO perhaps, I need to increase the aperture. Nobody does that. It happens automatically. You go into a dark environment, your eyes automatically adjust and take the correct amount of light. You go into a well-lit environment, again your eyes adjust. You need to contemplate, you need to ponder. And that's when, because you see, coming back to concentration, we tend to just look over all these things. We just tend to skim over all of these things. If we sit down and contemplate and ponder, that's when we'll realize, Allahu Akbar, there are so many things around us. We need to savor and relish life, this life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Like say for example, even drinking water. Even drinking water. When I say water, I'm feeling thirsty. So when we drink water, what we do, we just, pour it. Okay, maybe if water is not a good example, say a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. We tend to read a book, or perhaps we're scrolling our news feed, we're going through we're reading the paper, and we're just sipping our coffee. But you know what? Put the paper aside, close your laptop, keep your mobile phone aside, and savor and relish the drink that you're drinking. You'll start to value the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You'll start to enjoy it. You'll start enjoying life. Relish your relationships. Relish the relationships that you enjoy. Relish the fact that you have a loving family waiting for you back at home. At times we take all these things for granted. We tend to. And we tend to only focus, like the camera, on all the negative things. And we think, oh my God, life is like so difficult.